Bachelorette number 5 recap with Michi
and Darlene. So much to talk about. So 2 back-to-back episodes, yesterday and today, happened, and there's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on here.
So let's talk about going into it. There's already tension in the household between, of course, we know, Lee and Kenny. So we'll get to that though. First, we want to talk about the one-on-one date with hometown guy, Dallas, a lawyer. You liked him.
I did. I mean, I was always a little skeptical because I needed to know a little bit more about Jack.
Mm-hmm.
But lo and behold, this is why I needed to know more about Jack.
He was so creepy.
Jack the Creeperson.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
And they on paper, like she said, they looked like they would have been perfect together. But then you get them alone together, and he has nothing really interesting to say at all. And then I loved at the end when she asked him, okay, so we're both from Dallas. If you could take me to one place, where would you take me? And he's like, I locked the door. And like, oh my God. Like, I could see where he was going, but it was still kind of creepy. And then that one stare that he had when he looked into the camera, like,
He creeped me out a lot. And I'm sure most of America feels the same way.
Yeah.
But I love when Rachel was like, the more you spend time with someone, the more you get to know them.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, Jack, she didn't need to spend more than 20 minutes with you, and you were creepy.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know how you get women back home.
He's initially attractive, so I could see that.
But
then,
once you speak and have this thing called a personality or lack
of
thereof,
yeah, exactly.
It's like, I don't want to date you. But for him just to jump straight to marriage, he probably doesn't know how much of a non-personality he has.
And what was funny, he thought everything was going great.
That's the problem.
He thought everything was great. They had such strong chemistry that for sure she was going to pick him and he was getting a rose, and he was shocked at the end of the night when she was like, bye, Jack.
But that's why he probably thought he can marry someone off from this show.
Yeah.
Because he feels that, I think, every time he looks at himself in the mirror, why wouldn't you want this?
Yeah, on paper. On paper, he's good.
There's like 19 other reasons why you wouldn't want that.
So hit the road, Jack. And then we had the group date with the handball. Because she wanted to see, or wants a man that's good with his hands.
I like
so that's where I felt like there's a lot of chemistry between Peter, who was grabbing her and picking her up a lot, and then she really liked Will's aggressiveness and his ability to show his athleticism on the court.
And Will's very attractive, so I want to see that from him, obviously.
Yeah. So then at the end of the group date, all the men are spending some time with Rachel. So there's Brian who mixed out with her, and then there's Peter in the hot tub. Peter
interests me. He's always been my go-to guy. I've liked him from day one.
Me too.
But now I'm starting to question some things he's hiding, and I can't put my finger on it. But the more and more he gets opportunities to be with her, he always kind of starts off with, there's so much more to uncover.
Yeah, or those ground to cover is what he said, right?
There's layers we have to uncover. There's so much ground to cover.
Ooh.
He always uses different terminology that refers to, I got something to tell you.
Yeah. Which makes me nervous because I really like him.
I really like Peter. Peter, don't mess this up,
I know,
please.
he's going to break her a little bit.
Yeah, I think he's hiding something. Either maybe he was recently divorced or,
maybe.
I don't know, something he's hiding that can affect the situation, obviously.
Okay. So the end of not the rose ceremony, but the end of the group date. And I think Peter's shocked. And so are the guys, because the amount of time that Peter spent with her.
And in the hot tub? Come on.
I don't think the guys knew that
they were in.
Yeah. I mean, she put her hair up or something because it was not wet when she came back into the room.
But either way, so much time was has passed.
Yeah, exactly.
So now you're still questioning, like, where have you guys been?
Yeah, well, we know.
We know.
But Peter does not get the rose. Will gets the rose.
Yes, Will got the rose.
Which I could see why, because she wanted to make sure that he felt important, and he really stood out during handball. So, whatever. But Peter was...
Yeah.
He was taken aback,
He was definitely surprised, as were most of us.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say that she played a smart move. She needed to
I agree.
kind of play some chess pieces because she doesn't know how Will is.
Mm-hmm. And she already knew that at the end of the rose ceremony, Peter was going to get a rose.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
Okay. And then we have the rose ceremony. And I don't even remember his name, but Tickle Monster leaves. Which is good, because he was another creepy one, I thought. And then the little, like, bye.
Yeah. And how much I want to tickle Rachel.
Yeah.
Like,
and then the other one that leaves is Iggy.
I never really liked Iggy anyways.
He was like a girl. The way he gossiped.
But there's some women that do like that type of behavior. I personally find Iggy attractive. I just don't like his behavior. And that will start to ruin our relationship. And it kind of annoys me.
I thought he was annoying from the get-go, and I did not find him attractive.
Yeah.
But that's me.
Yeah.
And Rachel.
Well, no, I think Rachel finds him attractive, but
I think so too,
I think that he played a very important chess piece, which was intel.
Yes.
That was his title. That's what he was labeled as. But Iggy,
smart. He was smart keeping him around,
yeah, it's smart keeping him around. You could only last for so long.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say that this is what, guy number 5 that's been crying?
Yeah.
Like, Rachel.
Yes.
What do you got, girl? I mean, she's casting spells, putting out some potions. These men are balling.
Yep.
And I don't know, I mean, I guess it's a little bit of ego.
Yeah.
That plays a factor, but at the end of the day, y'all are not manning up, which is good that you left.
Yeah, exactly. So then after the rose ceremony, it basically turns into the Kenny and Lee show.
Yeah, we signed up for the Kenny and Lee show.
Yeah, that was like a good, and all the hype. And ABC did a great job of hyping it up and having it to be continued right at the end of part 1, which they did. And then you see blood on a face, you see band-aids, you don't know what's happening. And that's where it ends, basically.
Right. Good job.
So, yeah.
Good editing.
Good editing.
Good job. Let me talk to your editor. Good.
Yes. So we eventually get to the next day, and we see that Lee and Kenny are having it out because Lee is a pathological liar. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't believe that he was lying so much about Kenny. Like, he felt like he had no other resort to turn to, and that's all he had is lies.
I feel like what people naturally will do is just throw you under the bus and lie. So he did what he sought out to do.
I couldn't do that, though. I couldn't just, like, blatantly lie about someone.
Well, when you watch these shows, all they do is lie.
True.
To get to the point of winning. So it's just part of the show.
Well, Lee, no character, no integrity, and
well, you know what? And he lost.
That's why he went home.
What I didn't like was Kenny going back after they got into the helicopter. Rachel made it a point to bring the two of them back to the helicopter to say, you know what, Lee, this is who I chose. Mm-hmm. Goodbye. Go on your merry way. And Kenny and I will deal with our own situation. Mm-hmm. Well, Kenny moseyed on out of the helicopter back to Lee and still proceeded to have a conversation about Lord only knows.
That showed Rachel a lot.
And she was frustrated, his immaturity level. You could just tell, I think that was her deciding factor that it wasn't going to work.
Yeah, she was so annoyed. I would have been annoyed I was annoyed watching it.
Like, Kenny, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And it showed that he couldn't even put Rachel first.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything resorted to back to him. And that's kind of how Kenny has been in my eyes.
Yeah. Well.
And Kenny also was kind of in the scolding chair for the last what, 3 weeks he said?
Yeah.
Maybe 3 episodes?
Defending himself.
So it's kind of like the fact that you have to go into your little, bad boy chair.
Yeah.
I don't want to be scolding my man. Like,
No.
grow up.
Yeah.
So I think she started to slowly see that trend and started to make some decisions.
So then we have the next rose ceremony where we say goodbye to Anthony. But Anthony was so quiet. He didn't really make a voice for himself. I think that's why he let him go.
Anthony's a really, really sweet guy.
And
very
smart,
handsome, very
intellectual.
smart. And I think that's just kind of the guy that he will always continue to be. He needs to be soft spoken.
Yeah.
He's a software engineer. You're behind a computer.
Yeah.
You're not doing a whole lot of conversing on a bigger level where Rachel always is.
Yeah.
And so for her not to have that type of dominant man, I think there always would be a struggle.
Yeah, but Anthony's a catch. He's intelligent, he's handsome, and he seems like a sweetheart.
Oh yeah, Anthony, he'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
He'll be fine. Don't worry.
Josiah, on the other hand.
Josiah!
Oh my goodness, the complete opposite. From day one. Remember when he picked up the rose, etc., etc. Sure, it was a joke, but then he was going off about how much better he was than almost every single man in the house. Because it's not him.
It's never
not
the
him.
guy. He then proceeded to say she is hallucinating. She does not know anything. She obviously has a problem because she didn't pick me.
Yeah. So
I
it's
mean,
not him.
The fact that you even have to say that, and the audacity to say that, is kind of like, Josiah, leave with class.
Yeah.
Please, leave with class.
And he didn't.
And that was horrible.
Low road.
Low road, brother man.
All right. So then we have the one-on-one with Eric. Are you a fan of Eric?
Never been a fan of Eric.
I'm not a fan of Eric either.
I think he's a little immature.
I think he's a little immature, and I feel like just on a mental level, they're not a match to me.
Well, it goes back to his immaturity.
Yeah.
But also, he's always about himself. He always resorts back to himself. Even when he's with 7 of his bros, it always comes back to him.
And even intellect, though. Like, I don't think they'd be a match, like, intellectually, But, I mean, I don't know. Just from what I've seen, that's what I'm gathering. But
she enjoys his company.
I know.
She enjoys his presence. For whatever reason it is, she enjoys his presence. But he's still, the immaturity level will get to her one way or the other. And that's not going to be a match for her.
When he approached Anthony and said he had a problem with her only having one-on-ones with white guys and only one brother, I was like, oh. And Anthony, I thought, had a great answer.
Yeah.
And said, well, it's not necessarily about race. It's about who she's having a bond with and who she knows she wants to stick around. So she's going on the one-on-ones more to eliminate than to,
And it just happens to be more white folks.
Exactly. Yeah, so what?
Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Yeah.
So I find, these are the reasons why I find it interesting that she's still dating Eric.
Okay.
He's one that I will say I can't believe he's made it this far.
I think too, though, like, he likes the more dominant man.
I agree.
And he's the more dominant man.
I definitely agree with you.
So that's what's capturing her attention.
Yep.
So
absolutely. Yeah.
But anyways, so I know. So then we have the group date where they're Vikings and they're fighting, and that's where Kenny gets his eye, bloody, which we all thought it was like a punch in the face with Lee, and they went to blows. Dang it! Why couldn't that happen?
ABC wouldn't let that happen.
So, anyways, so they have the Viking games, and then they have the continuation of the group date. And then, I think, as a consolation, Peter gets the rose, because he was pretty butthurt last time he did not get the rose.
Peter was so disappointed that he didn't get the rose.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Peter, if you really do the stats, I mean, I know you're analytical somewhat. You're doing well. You're doing very really well. You have a lot of time spent with her, probably the most. And she asked you a hypothetical question that referenced how deep she's thinking about you. She asked you, you know, are you willing to move? You know, should
Yeah.
I move? By the way, I wanted to give you a heads up that I got my license to practice in your state.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
That's just enough said. I mean,
Pretty much hands down.
don't be disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
But
so then she goes on a one-on-one with Will. Which I really like Will, obviously we said that before. I think he's super intelligent as well. Very well spoken. But
it was straight crickets.
It was a snooze fest. Like, I needed to set my alarm to just stay awake during that portion of the show.
I mean, I was looking at the scenery. I forgot we were even watching.
Yeah, exactly. And so was he, though. When they were on top of, I don't know if it's a church or whatever it was, and they're both just kind of like looking out, and he was just like looking, and he was like, this is a totally romantic moment, and he's not even making a move, you know?
But you know what killed it was literally when they had dinner.
Yeah.
He sat down and told her, if I'm into someone and I really like them, and the last girl I fell in love with, it was all passionate, it was physical, I really connected with her, we just clicked.
Yeah.
Who says that?
And by the way, not like white girls. I only date white girls.
Exactly. Yeah. And by the way, you are not even an option.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seeing that you are black.
And you can see like the hamsters turning in her head.
Oh my
when he's
God.
talking. She's like, okay, so one, I'm not white. Two, you're not even making a move on me when you say you're passionate.
It was so sad.
Yeah,
but,
it was.
you know, even when I go on dates, guys literally will throw out this garbage from their mouths that I'm like, gosh, I wish you could retract that statement. Because now the date's over.
Yeah.
You're saying things about your past relationship that no matter what, it's going to probably come out, but tactfully is how you need to say it.
Yeah.
And he was just like full-blown balls to the wall. Yes, I was in love, and we were so good together. We just clicked.
And the passion was there.
Oh my God, you know you two didn't click.
Yeah.
And then for her to say all these things like an attorney, I mean, verbatim, she was quoting each and everything he was saying in a chronological order.
Yeah.
He was like, I didn't get that. I did not think that way.
He was reflecting back on everything he shouldn't have said.
Exactly. He's like, dang, I can't believe I said
Yeah.
that. I'm messed up.
Yeah.
Please, can I get a lifeline right now? You messed up, Will. And we were rooting for you.
We were rooting for him. And then I wouldn't realize he was going home, and then we saw his car pull up.
Yeah. At first I didn't think she was sending him home.
And
I was like, dang, Rachel, another one bites the dust.
Yep.
She was kicking him off the island back to back to back. I mean, a lot of these people had no chance. But she should, as she should, kick them off. What's the wasted space?
Yeah, wasted time, wasted space. Exactly. So lo and behold, we get to the rose ceremony, and there's only 4 roses left. And Peter has a rose, and
Eric has a rose.
So they're not getting booted off. And we have all the other 5 other guys.
5 other guys.
And the one that does not.
The one that we can at least eliminate by our own our own statistics in our head. Is Alex.
Yeah.
And
it was Alex.
Which I
understand.
Me too.
Even in part 1, he wasn't a factor. He didn't say much. There was no camera time for Alex. So I feel like that was another reason. Like, she likes a strong man, a dominant man. Someone that is able to take the center of attention in a room. And he clearly couldn't do it. I mean, maybe back home, but...
I mean, if it was like, a Russian show for The Bachelorette, maybe a different story.
Yeah, he was just comfortable. He wasn't comfortable in his shoes there, I felt like.
No, I don't think we got the best side of Alex. That's somebody who I would say, man, I wish I could bring him back.
Yeah.
But he says things at different times, and they're actually pretty funny. Very good looking for her. Gorgeous. But... you can only get so much in each encounter, and you didn't step up, Alex, and I'm sad, but oh well.
Well, and then we have the end of the show, and then what's coming, which looks so exciting. This is where we see what's going to happen with Peter. Like, I can't wait to find out what layers we're gonna peel off and see what Peter has to show us.
Please don't disappoint me, Peter.
I know.
I will be in tears.
I know.
And you're such a good catch.
Mm-hmm.
And you know she's feeling you. So please don't mess this
So
up.
if you had to pick the top 3 right now, who would you pick?
First of all, I still can't believe Dean's still here, but he is he's a true pick based off of their first one-on-one date.
Yeah, for sure.
And I like Dean for that. You're gorgeous, you're smart, you have so many fulfilling years with anyone you choose.
Yeah, his maturity is beyond
exactly.
his years.
Like Dean, if this doesn't work out, please. That's 5'6"
Yeah, exactly.
You'll get the rest later. But the bottom line is I don't know if she'll really fall for him to the point of I see myself marrying him.
Do you feel it's because of the age?
I think it's because you go through certain life experiences.
Yeah.
I hate to put an age to a label or age to where you should be, but at 25, gosh, I don't even remember what I was doing at 25.
He's been through a lot.
He's been through a lot.
But not the same type of maturity level that she's been through.
Yeah, and it's just all about life experiences.
And where he's at in life.
Yeah. So he would always be playing catch up.
Yeah, I agree.
But I don't knock him out. I would say top 3, Brian, Peter. And I don't know, I'm kind of feeling like the Matt and Adam team.
Really?
Yeah, because they both are very genuine. They're somebody I would take home to mom and dad.
Okay.
Easily.
Okay.
And they make her happy. You're not going to get a lot of drama with them.
Yeah.
You get drama with Eric. You get drama with Eric. He's going. Bye-bye, Eric.
He had drama already in the beginning.
Yeah.
So.
You had to calm down. She had to calm you down. I don't want to be somebody's mother.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't need to have those conversations with you.
She has not had a one-on-one with either Adam or Matt, right?
No. So I think it's going to come soon.
Yeah.
And
I think he's keeping them around because she
Yeah.
hasn't had a one-on-one with them to...
Maybe to decipher what she wants to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Adam's kind of skating by a little bit.
Okay.
But I still like them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they have to really do something drastic for me to be like, oh no.
Yeah.
You know, and she showed up in a penguin outfit. Come on.
And Adam Jr.
Yeah, they're both just very quirky, clever individuals that are fun to have around.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, like if you could wake up to somebody every day, like you need somebody who could be a little immature at times, but know how to balance it.
Okay.
And have fun in life.
So I would pick Peter, Brian, and Dean as the top 3.
Yeah, I like Dean too.
Just because I think he's gonna have a really hard time eliminating him.
Yeah, but I just don't see her choosing him. I just don't see her choosing
I don't think he's gonna be the one, but I think he'll be top 3.
He might be top 3. I like Dean. Dean's a good guy. It just reminds me a little bit of Kenny. When she found out Kenny had a kid, she was already like, that's a factor.
Yeah.
And then his immaturity,
his
behaviors, his actions really led up to that final decision.
And Dean hasn't really demonstrated any lack of maturity.
No, that's the thing. Is like, how do you really say no to him?
You don't. Have you seen him? Just kidding.
She's gonna say no.
JK.
She's gonna say no.
Okay, well, that's our recap.
That's our recap, guys.
Keep leaving the comments on YouTube. We love reading them.
Thank you so much.
Yes. And we'll stay tuned to next week with Michi and Darlene. Bye, guys. Yeah.